So let's start off with number 10, which is let's own our results. So the first step of the skills of leadership is owning your results and having a culture of accountability. 2 months ago, maybe it was 3, we decided as a group that we would text each other and share what our intentions are. And it lasted for a little bit. And then it kind of faded away. And I can only imagine that if me and Teresa faded away, that everyone else did. So that's why I want to put this up first, that the culture of accountability starts with us, a desire to be held accountable. When it comes to owning your results, I want you guys to think of 3 things: attitude, approach, and expectations. And so the first thing you have to ask yourself is, what is your attitude towards accountability? How do you feel about it? What is it that you want it to look like? What should it look like? Approach, well, what's the structure that you've built around it? What is what does the check-in look like? What should it look like? What's the mindset around it? And when I say it is the results, owning your results. I had a conversation this morning with Sue and Scott about my results. It was a candid conversation. I was very transparent in my attitude of where I stand right at this moment. Being real at where you are is the first step to owning your results and being accountable. And then expectations. Are you clear at what is winning, what your schedule looks like, the accountability that you want to set up? And so when you see skills of leadership owning your results, you got to put your oxygen mask on first in your health, in your business, with your kids, with your family. Sure. Yeah. Spirituality, mental health, all of those. And so the first step of the skills of being a great leader is owning your own results and building a culture of accountability, leveraging those 3. So then the second skill of leadership is inspect what you expect. Track and report. What I've found what tracking and report does is it just removes the emotion of good, bad, awesome, shitty. Just it is what it is. The numbers are the numbers. So as you guys know, I'm on a health journey, and I pay money for a coach, and my scale broke. And it only took 2 days before he was like, oh, what's going on? You haven't checked your weight in. And there are days that I wouldn't check in because I know that I went and ate pizza. Or Chinese with my parents. Because Ken doesn't won't want to go Chinese. So it's like, well, the only time I eat Chinese because my parents are like, let's go eat Chinese. I'm like, let's go eat Chinese. And then I realized that it's high in sodium and I hold weight for like 3 days. And so I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna go put weight in because I know it's gonna say it. But yeah. But tracking and reporting that aspect of my life is vital for me to stay on track. Because I've shared this, I think, with you guys. At 45 years old, I know there's certain things I'm not going to do. I'm not going to clean my house, and I don't know how to lose weight or keep weight off. If I knew how to do it, I would have done it in 20 plus years. Because at 21, I was like 125 pounds. So
I was at 7.
What's that?
I was at 7.
Yeah, makes sense. and so I knew I needed to have someone hold me accountable to tracking and reporting. I'm slowing down on this today so that this becomes something that we want to create. This 10 steps as a leadership to build a legacy in this market center, or legacy of me as the team leader, to instill this into your businesses, into your lives, into our committees, and that we become better leaders because we at least have transparency in what the steps are to do that. Then choosing to do it is next. So the next one is what I wanted to start today with, which was set standards and build respect for them. And we have one member who always was vocal, talked, but when the rubber hit the road, car stalled. And as long as we have standards and we respect them, then everyone rises to our level of our standards of what that looks like. Is it a production standard? Do we want to build a leadership council legacy that, just because somebody qualifies, is that the level that we want to include? And again, I'm kind of going down a rabbit hole, yet the skills of a leader is one that sets standards and builds respect around the standard. So what standards do we want to implement in our business, in our accountability, in our lead generation, in our role play, in our teaching, in our growth? And so build standards or set standards and build respect for them. Number 7, problem solve, stay in curiosity, and challenge assumptions. Come with solutions, not, oh, this sucks, or hey, this isn't ideal. Well, what's the solution? What are the opportunities that we have? Let's stay in curiosity. Let's come from asking questions versus because of this, that sucks, or why doesn't this work? Well, what solutions do you have to make it work? Leaders are solution based. They solve problems. They don't create problems. Number 6, listen. Leaders are active listeners. They ask great questions and they listen to tonality. They are genuinely curious, as what was in the one before, but they actively listen and ask great questions. Number 5, develop people. Leaders develop people. They know that teaching is the number one way to learn, to instill what they're learning by pouring into others, embracing being uncomfortable. Developing people is our biggest opportunity to retain agents and give our roster a fighting chance to succeed. I've found that the majority of folks that are getting into the business are coming into the business for all the wrong reasons. Coming in to make money versus running a real estate business. Learning the fundamentals of a business. And that opportunity is ours to conquer, to attract, because the vibration is so high in our market center. I mean, it's between the 3 offices, guys, we've created this beautiful energy of collaboration and sharing and growth. And we, as a collective leadership council, have the greatest opportunity to just, I hate using this term, but 10x it. I don't know if there's a better, yeah, exactly. That's why so 100x it. Right. But developing people is the next skill. And why do most teams fail? Because they fail at learning the skill of developing others. They can attract people to them, but retaining them, that's why it is a skill. Number 4, they find the right people, they connect with people, and they understand people. Great leaders find the right people. They connect with those people at a deep, deep level because they understand people. And the model to learn this is career visioning. Career visioning is being taught in June in Melbourne. The second part of career visioning, which is how to teach and retain, how to lead and retain, is the part being taught in Melbourne. I went through 7 assistants before Priscilla. 7. One of them, I straight up said, get the out of my office right now. The important part of this part, which is find the right people, connect with people, and understand people, is money isn't always everything. Yeah. Make sure that they can achieve everything they want inside of your world. And I think that's kind of the same thing. Are you growing as a leader that your lid is so higher that you can pour in from an intellectual standpoint? Is your business growing at a level that you can compensate so that they can still pay their bills and fair? Is it that you can create, your models are so strong that they can have the flexibility of their world? So finding the right people. We had 2 agents leave our team in the last 60 days. And we just, RGT. RGT, yeah. And I said to her, haven't the last month just been blissful? And aren't we closing more business this year than we did all last year in the first 4 months? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, we need to fire people fast. Yeah. Find the right people and get rid of the ones that aren't. And I said, this is charity work. We kept people on the team because we felt scarcity. But meanwhile, the second we cut or create an environment that they did, and again, it's not that any of them were bad humans, but when you're in a sales organization and they're not focused on sales. So how do you know? Number 3, you stay on course. How do you stay on course? You leverage a 411. And on Tuesday, when Michael is going to teach the one thing model, the 411 is a model inside the one thing. Before the 411, which is why it's down the list, number 2 is having a plan, and that's the 135 or the GPS. We drafted that the first meeting, the 145 that we created as a team. And then number 1, let's have a shared purpose and build a shared culture. Leaders build a culture that can be shared and have a clear purpose. Interesting enough, when I was coming up with this content, Priscilla, I was in the office over there, and Priscilla said, "Hey, look, I found this document that I haven't seen in forever." She had it hidden, and it was of our unique selling proposition that we made years ago, 2017 on our real estate team. And so I went onto ChatGPT and I took what we had created and I said, improve this unique selling proposition for our real estate team. This was what we had. High energy environment, supported through coaching, full service concierge, hitting goals through accountability and camaraderie. This is what ChatGPT gave me. Experience the dynamic energy of our team where coaching drives success and camaraderie fuels achievement. Our full service concierge ensues seamless transactions while structured accountability helps you surpass your real estate goals. So have a shared purpose and a shared culture is what leaders do.